Bro, thank you so much for being on. I appreciate you. I know that we've been trying to coordinate this for a minute.
Yeah.
Tell people who you are. Introduce yourself to the masses, to my 10 followers.
No, you got way more than that, bro. My name's Randle Denson. I'm a Las Vegas creator, and I'm just trying to influence through action, man. Just trying to live life right now.
I love that. I want to touch on influence through action, but first, how did you get into the position you're in, and what led you to this is what I want to do?
Well, crazy thing is, my best friend Nick, he hired me to be his creative director, and I wasn't sure about working with friends. This is the first time I had that opportunity, so I was really skeptical at first. I was like, I don't want to do nothing to ruin our friendship. And little did I know, we've been working together on projects forever. So I was just like, man, I asked my wife. She was like, you should do it. That's actually a deeper story, but I asked her, and then she.
It wasn't that easy.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, it was. She's the one who told me first. He posted an ad on Facebook. He's like, I'm looking for people that want to, maybe be a social media manager. And my wife was like, you should do it. I was like, nah, I don't want to. And then he asked me. Yeah. And then I was like, look, babe, Mick asked me. She's like, yeah, of course. So
that makes sense.
But yeah, so took the risk, and ever since working with him, man, we just had amazing chemistry. We had a lot of growth on both ends, on his platform, and then I just I thought working with somebody else, if I'm gonna help build somebody else's brand, I need to be doing it for my own at the same time. And we've skyrocketed both our organic growth, our reach, building both of our brands, and haven't looked back. It's just been a blessing so far.
You said something that I think is very, very important for, I think, all social media managers. This is my personal opinion, so you can chime in on this. And you said focus not only on his growth, but your growth, because you are also an example of, hey, this is what I can do with Nick, but I'm also doing it with myself, right? Because I have social media managers reach out to me all the time, like, hey, I'll help you grow on social media. And they have 500 followers. And it's not necessarily about okay, you only have 500 followers. If you had even a couple thousand or a few thousand, I might take you a little bit serious, but man.
You got to have some type of proof.
So credibility, the proof. So what would you tell the social media people that want to get into this game, or that are trying to, what's their in, or what would you suggest to them?
I think just that point. I think the biggest thing is if you can figure out how to, whatever you're about to teach, or you feel that you're good at managing the experience that you have, implement it with your own brand, and allow that to be its first, your first fruit, pretty much, to let people know that you can do this. I've done it with my brand. This is my visible proof. I can do this for you too. Yeah. I didn't have that. Luckily, it worked a different way. But I do think that if anybody's trying to become a social media manager, there's a lot of knowledge out there. Obviously, anybody can go look it up. But to actually implement it for your own brand, I think that would be very beneficial.
Yeah. So now you took Nick from, where was he at when you first started? And Nick, we're shouting you out here. You're the case study, right, bro? You took him from X to where he's at now, and so what's the following number first? Okay. And then what was the game plan? What was in the war room? Hey, this is what we're gonna do, and this is why.
So I believe his Instagram following was around 9,000 or around maybe close to 10, and right now he just passed 30,000. He's probably awesome. 31 right now. Yeah. But I think our game plan, how we've evolved, we realize he sells insurance, and and that's not really a sexy industry. So
shit ain't funny.
what he was great at was doing humor content. So he would always do reels that were funny, but at the end it would be call me for insurance. Yeah. So we decided to just kind of take a different route, and we maximized on stereotypes. So one of the first big ones that we did was boys at work, or guys at work versus girls at work, and just embracing that office culture. And those two reels, we did one where it was just guys, and then we did one where there was just girls, and both of them just excelled, and it gained a big following for them, and it was a different reach. And then we started to see that the personal referrals started to increase through his reach. So we just decided we're not going to hammer insurance down people's face. We're gonna get the value that we're gonna give is his humor. Like that was what he was already good at. It was something that I'm interested in. I like to make people laugh, so we just doubled down on the humor, and it's been working really well for us.
Awesome. Has there been some things that you are kind of pushing Nick, like pushing his envelope a little bit, like, man, I don't really want to do this? Or is he like, dude, you tell me what I need to do, or you tell me what we are going to do, and I'm going to do it?
He actually pushes the envelope.
Oh,
I'm the one. I'm the
we can't go that far.
Yeah. No, we're both pretty like, we're about the same as far as that, but he has no problem like walking that thin line. But I think our dynamic is special because, you know, it's that the diversity, like he's of different ethnicity, and we both know that, you know, race should not matter right now. Like 100%. I think that's what we play on. Like we've been best friends for a very long time. We grew up very diverse and diverse crowds. So like race has never been something that got in the way of us. But you know, obviously the media is trying to make 100%. It seem like that's a factor.
Yes.
So we just thought that, you know, we're gonna play on these stereotypes, and obviously you're gonna attract some people that
the haters.
Yeah, but for the most part, like 90%, 80% of the people, they're laughing at our type of content.
And because I love going through you guys when you guys have like the million, 20 million, like when you guys have those videos, bro. I love going through the comments of like, you guys know they're just kidding. They're not killing anybody.
Oh my god.
Jeez, like they're not literally like being racist. They're just you have a black guy and you have a white guy or a Greek guy or whatever he wants to be called. Like you can't. They're not racist. Like,
exactly.
Come on, guys. Like just lighten up a little bit. Not everything is so like political or racial or like USA, and you know, just have fun.
Exactly.
And I like that you guys do that. So you helped Nick, and he's awesome. He's amazing. So when did you say, damn, I need to start doing this with me too? Like if I'm going to be the proof as well, I need to take this serious too on my end.
It was within that first month.
Okay.
I wanted to practice it. Like I said, like I think it was being able to help manage his platform and mine was more opportunities for testing.
Yeah.
And a lot of like that first year, we're just testing stuff. We're trying all types of different trends, our own ideas, combining our ideas, and then like just playing off the ones we've already done, seeing what we can do, what can we replicate, what worked, and let's see if we can do it again. So a lot of the stuff we did was just testing, and I think the benefit of having both of us was that we had multiple platforms to do it on, but also collaboration. Being able to have another creator to collab with, I think, is something that we can contribute to, or that we can attribute to our growth accelerating pretty fast. Yep.
So what's been your guys' biggest video, like view wise?
We have it's Whitefish versus Blackfish Part 2. And this one,
tell the audience, for those that haven't seen it and you're under a rock.
So Part 1 I got from these other creators, which I gave credit to. I think it's Woody and Kleinley. They had this fish. It was a video called Fish Be Like, and the first fish, they're both nibbling on clothes hangers, metal clothes hangers. So the first one's nibbling on it. They're actually both nibbling on the same time, and then the first fish gets taken, and then he's just looking at him, and then he keeps nibbling, and then he gets took. But I showed Nick, and I was just instantly like, bro, what if we did Whitefish versus Blackfish? And kind of like the horror movies where it's like, I see you get taken, and I'm like, oh hell no, and I swim away. Yeah. In that video, somebody commented, if that was a piece of chicken, he wouldn't have left.
Oh man!
I said, Nick, we're doing that.
Yep.
We have to do that. Yep. So that's pretty much what the second one is. Like a big piece of. I warned him not to nibble on the hook. He does it anyway. Then he gets taken, and I'm like, whatever. I start to swim away, and then a piece of chicken comes into the screen, and then my spidey senses is tingling. Yeah. I turn around, and I swim back at the chicken.
Oh, and what did that generate? How many views?
That's almost at 60 million right now.
60 million.
Yeah. It's creeping. It's like 56, but it hasn't stopped. It's still going.
And so, you as the manager, what does that look like on the comments, the DMs? Like, what do you do to like? I know that you guys aren't turning it into leads right off the bat, but what's the strategy with the comments that you guys are getting? Do you guys try to respond to every single comment? Do you guys try to respond to every single DM? What does that look like?
Definitely the DMs. Yeah. We don't get them as much, but. I mean, the power of doing this type of content and then sprinkling in what you do, like, you know, real estate or insurance or whatever your niche is, you're staying front of mind. Yep. So these type of videos, like, they'll see that and laugh. It's like, oh yeah, I got to get insurance from Nick, man. He's always making me laugh. But I try my best to respond to every comment at least within the first week. it gets hard. Like that video kind of like changed the game for us. Cause after that, it's been hard to kind of keep up with comments. Like I used to be like, it's from the very beginning, like I was responding to everything until it like hit 1 million. Like that was the goal. To like any comment that comes in, I'm saying something. Usually it's just like a smiley or a laughing emoji.
Just something quick, yeah.
I'll send that back. But if somebody actually leaves like a detailed comment, then that's a good opportunity to engage and to increase it, and that's what helps push it in the algorithm.
Yeah. Okay. And so you've grown. What did your brand start at? Because I know you just hit 50K, right?
I just hit
on
50.
IG.
Yeah.
Damn,
when I started with Nick, I was at 2,500. I was around 2,500.
2500.
Yes.
Not 25000.
Yeah, 2,500.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. And we were talking before we started. Actually, before I was gonna say this. So one of my realtors was outside. And he's like, "Hey, that's the guy that did the fish video, right?" I was like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "Oh, damn." I was like, "Yeah, that's it, man. He's cool. So I was
that's
like,
cool.
"You got fans, man. You got fans."
That's cool, man.
So talk to me now, because I saw that you're building a community.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing mastermind type events now, or you're going to, and you have a webinar coming up.
Yeah.
So talk to me. What's next for the Genius? What's next, man?
So I'm so grateful for being able to have this like type of growth and all the knowledge that I'm soaking up. That just from what's happened to me implementing all of this in 1 year. It's just letting me know how important of a time that we're living in with social media and the power of having your own brand.
Yeah.
And, I really wanted to create a community where I can share my knowledge, share my experience, and help these other people who, are great. They have great businesses or great talents, but they just don't know how to use the platforms. They don't know how to, get their gifts out there. I really wanted to foster a community where I can coach them up, teach them how to use their gift, to just pivot a couple of things and put it on these social media platforms to where they can generate business or just open new doors. But with these apps, you can make money. It doesn't have to be like you don't have to be an influencer. I think we all need to understand like content creation is a part of every business now.
Yes.
We were just at the Forward event, and Cody Sanchez says content creation is a phase in her business. Like
has to be.
It's damn near its own department.
Yeah.
So I'm hosting a webinar on August 13th to August 13th. Holla at your boy. I'm gonna be sharing some secrets, and hopefully that I can get these people a part of my community to where I can help them all level up.
Give people like a little nugget, because I know you've been preparing for the webinar. What's like a little nugget that they can, man, okay, I need to register for this.
I'm gonna give you the 3 mistakes that are keeping you invisible on social media.
Do you hear that? 3 mistakes that are keeping you non-existent. I'm just kidding. Invisible. Sorry. So, bro, like, so what's next for you now? Like, so you're now that Nick is at 30, you're at 50. Do you guys? So turning your social media manager hat on, as a social media manager, is your next goal like, hey, let's get to 75 for me. Hey, let's get you to 50 because I'm better than you, Nick. But no, what are those like conversations like? Because I want people who are social media managers to like kind of, I feel like they don't really know, right? Because they're just like, oh, I can help you post on social media.
Yeah.
But that alone is not going to get you a following, or is not going to get you seen how you're supposed to be seen, right? So what does that look like?
For us, we want personal referrals, and that's ultimately the goal. The followers, that's the benefit of being consistent with your content, or making quality content. But whatever we can do to stay front of mind to get these people, to let them know like we do insurance, we provide insurance. So I think ultimately right now we're still trying to foster this content creativity within the team. We're trying to get the whole team to buy into this and to allow them to create content for their own personal brands, to let their friends and their close circles and their communities know what they do. Ultimately, it all comes back to that. We're just trying to keep all Nicholas Saka Insurance Saka agencies front of mind.
Okay. And then what about for you?
I'm trying to foster this coaching this coaching gift that is coming out of me now. Like I really we have a community that we help insurance agents do the same thing, generate business through social media. And through that, I've realized how much I enjoy sharing the knowledge that I have. So that's a niche specific. That's for insurance agents. I want to provide something for creators, random entrepreneurs, or different business owners, to where it's not just niche specific.
Would you say that every business owner, I know that Cody thinks so, but would you say every business owner needs to be creating content?
I think they do.
Okay.
And if, I think the thing that they run into the most is like sometimes they don't want to do it, or they feel that they don't have time. Yep. But I think they need to make it a priority, because that's the way of the world right now. Like everything is on our phones. Everything is, that's where you got to go where the attention is. Yes. And Gary Vee's been harping on that for a while, but right now it's like it's at its prime. Like literally everything is on our phones right now.
Yeah. I saw, and I think you were on that call as well, where Nick and Gary had like a quick 15, 30, 45 second conversation. And Nick's concern was, and you could touch on it a little bit, like, I'm creating funny content, but I'm not necessarily talking about insurance all the time. It's just funny content. And he's like, I think Nick said, I don't know if I should still continue, or is it good? And then Gary said, you're doing what you need to be. Or what did he say exactly? Or what was that?
He said do both, but do more.
Yeah.
He pretty much said, just keep doing both, do more. And he basically just said keep testing it.
Yep.
But ultimately Gary Vee's response, it's a Gary response. Do more content.
Yeah.
But I think like what we learned is that with personal referrals for any business, if you're trying to do personal referrals, you have to be personable.
Yeah.
Most of the time, people are buying from people. They're not trying to get the product. So instead of just harping on insurance, and then barely telling who you are, it's kind of flip it around. So we've used this analogy. It's like a cupcake. So visualize the cupcake. The cake is actually your brand. It's your personal brand. The icing and the sprinkles, that's your niche. So the insurance. It shouldn't be the other way around. You should be sharing who you are, what you love. Now, you don't have to go private, because like Gary Vee doesn't ever show his kids or his wife. I've never seen them in my life.
Yeah, same.
His brand, though, is to help creators, help entrepreneurs, and about marketing. But he's a Jets fan. He's got his own
love sneakers.
He loves sneakers. He's got his own card that, or his own cartoon brand,
wine stuff.
The wine, so all these other things about him. You don't know his personal life, and I think a lot of people are scared of that aspect, thinking that they have to share every little detail about them. But you have to figure out ways to connect to people. And I was just telling the team the other day, I was like, content creating is just like rapport. Like you have to figure out a way that you can share who you are, and that attracts people, and that it makes it easy common ground. Like I could say I'm a Raider fan to somebody else except you, and they might